This is a quick walkthrough of the fastest growing water ETF in 2025. So this data is as of about a week ago. So this is a bit outdated considering what we have here today, which shows that this ETF, which is PI from Invesco, PIO is the ticker. It is up over 14% for the year, which is strong compare performance compared to the S and P. Let's see here where we're at. So it looks like it's just barely beating the S and P. Just add another comparison just so that you can get a look at this, and then obviously, yeah, beating the Dow by a lot. So, why is PIO growing this strong this year? Let's take a look at some of the holdings. Let's just go to let's see, let's go to Yahoo. Take a look at look at the top holdings here. So for these ETFs, just to take a quick glance at them, I'll go to Yahoo Finance. It usually has just this good overview, and this is where I found these top holdings: Pentair, Ecolab, Veolia, Roper, Geberit, Ibarra. So I'm going to take a look at a few of these just to look under the hood as to how PIO is growing so strong this year. First, we look at Pentair. This is a American water treatment company incorporated in Ireland with tax residency in UK, and has its main office in Minnesota. So there alone, we see some geographic diversification there. Big company, right? 4 billion in revenue, been around since 1966. So here we see stability. 9,000 employees, just a big company, which is a mainstay in the water sector, focusing on water fluid solutions, technical solutions, water treatment. So this is a well-rounded representation of the entire water supply chain, from water, actual water systems, the fluid systems, and the valves and controls, covering the measurement aspect. So we have manufacturing, we have measurement, and then we have these technical solutions, which I'm sure that's where we have a lot of innovation, technology, software that is helping with water distribution and water management. That's likely providing growth for the company this year. And then water treatment solutions, the sanitation aspect of water. So that's something that is, definitely sought after when ETFs are looking at their holdings. Obviously, they want companies that are that have this type of strength and this type of diversity. So let's see where Pentair is as far as the I have to take a look at these things in Google Finance just to take an easy glance at what's going on. So this is this one's up 10% for the year. Dividend yield of 0.9%, average volume of 1 million. So not a ton of volume here, but this is steady water company. No surprises with this one. Looks like it's diverse geographically and industry, the various industries it serves in terms of the revenue stream. So no surprise as to why it would be in these ETFs. This one is in all of the large ETFs, just depending on where it stands in the investment allocation. Let's take a look at one of the other ones here. I think there was Jeberet is on there, so we have that one is that's 6.45% of the portfolio. So let's just see what's going on there. This is a company that is a Swiss multinational. They are 3 billion Swiss francs in revenue. That's in 2022, so that's not the very most recent revenue data, but again, this is just representing that it's an old, very large old company, been around 151 years. It looks like they have again cover the gamut: distribution systems, drainage systems, water plants. Looks like in a variety of places in Europe, Germany, UK, Austria. So yeah, they're in 41 companies, and they're in the manufacturing and supply, of course, of water. So that it looks like again they're in these various piping systems and even in ceramics for industrial bathrooms and things like that. So yeah, this is another mainstay within these water ETFs. So it's understood that it would be here in PIO. And then another one is Ibarra, which we could take a look at. And Ibarra is a Japanese company. It's up 27%. Doing very well, beating the indexes. And they're based in Tokyo, and again, looks like they cover the gamut as far as the water supply chain, providing clean drinking water as far as Kenya. So it's another company with great geographical diversity, and another one that's in most of these ETFs, these large water ETFs. So it looks like when you see these ETFs, I'm sure a lot of them have the same some of the same holdings as far as the companies that we just spoke about. Pentair, Jeberet, Ibarra, but they have different allocations, obviously, and it depends on what the perspective is of the ETF fund managers. So here, obviously they're looking for those, very large, stable companies, and it looks like they're looking at and have a great interest in companies that have a lot of manufacturing strength, and companies that are geographically distributed, and they're focused on those types of companies in their holdings. So let's see where this ETF is in terms of some of the other metrics. I'm wondering in particular about here's the yield, 1.08%. I'm wondering what the expense ratio is. Here's the expense ratio is 0.75, and then we have a yield of 1.08%. So it's not the most expensive ETF. It's something to think about when you're looking at at adding something like this to the portfolio. It looks like you're definitely paying for that yield and for that that management, which is getting that 14% this year. It's not the cheapest in terms of expense ratio out there, but again, it's not as expensive as some of the other ones. So it's just something to look at when you're evaluating ETFs, and there's much more to get into, but this is just a quick look at the ETF with the water ETF with the fastest growth in 2025. Stay hydrated.